favorite ball, I rock, rock, rock. Oh, how I love my favorite things. Favorite things can be old or new, just as long as they're loved by you. I got a favorite ball, I bounce, bounce, bounce. I got a favorite song, I sing, tra-la. I got a favorite ball, I rock, rock, rock. Oh, how I love my favorite things. A book or a blanket or a puppy.
Oh, as you see, she does not work with Cricut tapes. She'll play them, but obviously her data track is on hers. Now I'm going to leave her on for a second because remember at the end she always says, if you leave me on, I'll make this beep. It's very annoying. Let's see if she'll do it. There it is. It's ear-piercingly loud. And then it won't stop until you turn it off. All right. So we know that's what she does with Cricut's tape. Now, let's see what Cricut does with Miss Patty's tape. All right, let's see. So I had to swap her batteries. Even though I just used her, that's rechargeable batteries. Let's see if she works now.
A fun time party. Hi, I'm Patti Playpal, and I'm glad that we're going to be together again today, best friend. We're going to have a really super-ific time. Ready? Fantabulous! Say Scooty! Scooty! Say Palorific! Palorific! Say Caspitorious! Caspitorious! 'Cause when you want a friend, we'll always be there for you. You can always depend. We'll always have something new to do. It's Patti Playpal time. Hi, best friend. It's me, Patti Playpal.
Well, there we go. That's interesting. She also will play the tape, but won't move anything. Now, what's interesting with this is Patty runs off the radio frequency. So I get her, but I know I've seen Cricut should just play. I've seen people use regular cassettes in Cricut, and she just, like, she doesn't completely work with, like, you know, it's not in sync with her mouth and stuff, but she still moves. And it's actually kind of sporadic looking usually when you play music because she's trying to keep up. So it's like she's talking really fast and her eyes are moving really fast. So it's interesting that you put in a Patti Playpal tape and she's not doing that. So that's something obviously I have to do with the tracks as well. So very interesting stuff. I just thought since I had them both down here at the same time, which is probably never going to happen again, I thought I would see what they did.
Hey, you're dressed up. Where are you going? Your grandma's? No, not today. Let's invite her, best friend. Ooh, I have a Scooty idea. Let's invite Peggy with a riddle. Peggy, listen to this. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Patti, we're already inside. You're supposed to say who's there. Oh.
Interesting. So I came back because I did put in her Cricut's normal tape just to confirm, and she did start moving again. So it definitely is the data tracks on both of these. But what's interesting that I wanted to come back again with is that I was playing her again because you notice that the Patti Playpal tape sounds super clear in Cricut. Like I could just understand everything so much better, and it was like completely like no, you know, background noise, no white noise, no interference. So food for thought. Interesting, right? So obviously because Patti Playpal runs from a lunchbox and it goes through the radio frequency over to her, you're losing some of that that clear audio. So while she's understandable for the most part, it's still kind of muffled and it's, kind of garbled, versus when I play it in Cricket, because it's direct source. I mean, that Cricket literally is a cassette player. That's all this is, a cassette player with a speaker in a head. The audio was crystal clear. So I guess that's just a little tidbit of information. So it almost makes me want to play all of Patti Playpal's tapes through Cricket just so I could hear them better. So maybe one day someone will record them in digital form. That would be neat, but it is a shame because she is super cool, Patti, and I like how her process works and her facial movements. So I mean, it's funny to look at them so close together because they are so similar in looks. Like their hair is exactly the same. It's probably made of the same synthetic fabric. It's got the same little gold in it. Patty's definitely peachier than Cricket. Cricket's a little pastier. The one thing also I give Patti is that she blinks and has eyelashes. This is the one thing I didn't like about Cricket that I wish they had done, is she kind of has big, almost alien eyes. So it would have been nice if she had eyelids or real eyelashes instead of just being painted on or something, just so her eyes weren't so big. I mean, the prototype, she had smaller eyes, so she looked more realistic, versus some people said she's very alien-like. But she, trying to see, their hands are similar, but a little different. Yeah, they're both kind of stubby. Yeah, they're very alike. They're very, very close in looks. So clearly Cricket came out first, and Ideal jumped on that bandwagon and made their own version, which is too funny because out of all the other talking dolls that came out, I feel like Patty's probably the closest to Cricket, even though I think there is, forget the name, it's jumping out of my head right now, but I think it's called My Best Friend. And there's another knockoff doll, and she's supposed to look like Cricket, but she's like the dime store version of Cricket. She looks really bad, and her audio is very, very off-putting. So I don't even know what story she has, and I will not be purchasing her. I don't need her in my home. But these were the two most high-quality, big-name brands. I mean, obviously you have Playmates, which is big, and then Ideal, which was around for a long time, and they're famous for Patti Playpal that came out in 1959 and the early 60s, which was a large walking doll, which you've seen in my videos. I collect those as well. So they were around for a long time, so it's kind of fun that they jumped in and yeah, put in their money's worth. The last thing I'll show you is, I don't think I've ever even shown the backside of Cricket or any of these, but you've seen them. So it's literally, like I said, if you take this off, it's a cassette player. That's all this is. It's just a big square cassette player with a head attached to it on a soft body. And when I repair them, you've seen that's how it comes out. So she's very square and she's very heavy. So because she's got all of her equipment in her, versus Miss Patti here. Oh, come here. She is, you're gonna see a video secret. She still has a regular outfit on underneath. I just never took it off. I just put her other outfits on top of it because she's got so much hair that every time I have to change her outfits, I'm messing it up. These are the original curls, and I'm trying to keep her hair preserved the best I can. So if I keep switching her clothes on and off, it's just messing her hair up more. But anywho, here is, so she is also funny because she just has a speaker in her, but this is it for her. It's just this piece down here. So it's literally just batteries and a volume wheel. So, and she takes 4 AA batteries and a 9-volt, and Cricket takes a 9-volt and 4 C batteries. Of course, the difference is to run Patti Playpal, you also have to use 4 more AA batteries in the lunchbox. So, and then she has this Velcro split that goes all the way up, but there's nothing in there. It's weird. You open it up and it's just a crevice, like you can't get to anything. There's not an opening to get into the speaker or anything. So, but she's also heavy. I've never been inside one of their heads. I haven't had to replace her. Thank goodness. This is the only one I own. I've never had another one. And I don't know. I'm glad she works. I'm curious to see how she works on the inside, but I'm not going to take her apart. And she is pretty rare to get. Cricket's kind of a dime a dozen. If you know how to fix them, you know, you can get one and restore it, or you can get a new one for about $200 or so, like a good new brand new one. Versus Patti, you can't hardly find any Patties out there, and then a new one is going to run you, I can't even say new, just one that has a box or that comes with a lunchbox is going on around $200 or so. There's also, both of these obviously have African American versions. So you've seen my Cricket. I have 2 Cricket versions of African American Cricket. I do not have Patties, and she's very rare. If I ever run across one, I definitely will get one, just because I like to have the set. And she's very pretty. She's a really good color. But I have not seen one for sale, so who knows if that day will ever come. I actually didn't even know about her for a long time. So who knows? Maybe I'll run across one at some point. By then I'll probably be done with all her tapes, but I still will put her on the channel just so you can see her. But she is really pretty, so I do hope to get her eventually. Anyway, sorry to come back. I'm gonna have to do some editing because this video ran way longer, but I'm just exploring things. I know I've had subscribers ask before, like, you know, what happens when you put other tapes and the different dolls and stuff. I unfortunately don't have any other cassette tapes, like, you know, other than the doll tapes. I don't have like a rock and roll tape or anything to put in and try out. No cassette tapes here. I do have Teddy somewhere, but I know I've played. Teddy doesn't run well outside of his box because his data track is quite interesting. But yeah, so here they are again. Miss Cricket, Miss Patti Playpal. They could be friends. I could see it happening. Definitely. Cousins. All right, well, I'm going to end this for a second time. So if you're still with me, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or any comments about anything, obviously, you know where to put them in the comments, and we'll have some dialogue about this. All right, talk to you later.